What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Dark Souls 2 Invasion Talk. Really sorry about the delay in uploads, guys, but unfortunately my computer broke down on me a couple Fridays ago, so I have had to do without for quite a while now, and I've been fiending to play some Dark Souls 2. So I just got everything reinstalled, and all the components are working relatively well. I'm still getting some issues here and there that I'm not too thrilled about, but I'm making do. And for this particular episode, it's a little bit of the same from episode 1 of Invasion Talk, but there is a little bit of a stretch where I'd like to kind of touch on gesturing in invasions, the appropriate times to perhaps gesture in an invasion, and what just kind of makes sense to me. It's really not that big of a deal, and I don't really have much of an opinion on it, to be perfectly honest, but there's a few invasions in here that I'd like to point out whenever they do pop up, that I just kind of ran into some awkward moments where I'm like, you know, how do I handle this? You know, do I really want to be mean? Do I want to be as polite as possible? Or do I want to, you know, try to meet somewhere in between? And as an invader, I kind of consider myself to be more of the polite variety. If you bow to me and I see you bowing and you're far enough away from me, I'll probably return the favor more often than not. Things like that. And, you know, if you're fighting mobs, if you're just completely overwhelmed, then most likely I'm going to stand back and let you finish up what you're doing, and then I'm going to come at you and fight you one-on-one. But here's that first invasion. And this is a build that I didn't get to use in episode 1, but I wanted to make sure that I had some clips of this build for episode 2 ready. Now, this guy unfortunately gets knocked on his ass by that mob up there. We all hate that NPC. I know we do. I can't stand that guy, but I tried to stay aggressive, and I throw out an aggressive parry attempt, and it pays off with a whopping 700-ish riposte damage. That's just terrible. This weapon pretty much has awful riposte damage in almost every case, but it's okay, because coming up here in a few moments, I'm going to point out why I love this weapon, and here it comes right here. I fake him out with an attack cancel, and then I hit him with a couple follow-up R1s for significant amounts of damage while he has his shield up. That is nasty stuff right there. You have to hit at the perfect distance for any kind of considerable damage to be done, but with enough practice, that weapon is pretty freaking deadly. There's a nice little sidestep right there. One thing about hitboxes in this game, and lag in general, it's very fickle. Everyone knows those two things are a horrible combination when they start to go wrong, but when you have a good connection to your opponent, you really can pull off moves like that, and quite effectively, and I thought that was a pretty good example of that. But here's an invasion right here with one of those strange gesture situations that I was talking about. And, you know, I've invaded this host, I can't find him, but I found a Sunbro companion. And this guy's on the run, and there's the host right there. I figure he's probably going to try to come up and backstab me while I'm finishing off the Sunbro, but when I turn around, he's gone. So I'm kind of wondering what the hell's going on here. He gives me a point-blank bow as soon as I go in that hidden bonfire room. You know, I felt bad. I did. I felt bad about that, but I'm an invader. You know, I'm not going to stop what I'm doing when you're right in my face just because you bow. I'm sorry about that, man, but, you know, more often than not, I'm going to return a bow to you if you're far enough away, but in a situation like that where I just murdered a Sunbro no more than 5 seconds ago, throwing out a point-blank bow probably isn't the best of ideas. But this guy throws out a point-blank, well, what is it? or welcome, I should say. And, you know, I didn't attack him, but I just was kind of like, what are you doing? I threw out a really stupid parry early on, but I was able to recover and sort of fake him out with those attack cancels, as well as get plenty of distance between myself and my opponent with those sort of makeshift backsteps that happen as a result of those attack cancels. So I thought that was really the major difference between the two of us in that fight. But this guy, you know, I'm feeling pretty good about it. He's been shooting crossbow bolts at me. I fake him out with a nice attack cancel into weapon swap, and I felt really good about that move. I was shocked that he was still alive. His health bar is basically missing, but he catches me in the maelstrom of the red iron twin blade, and then throws out the decapitation gesture. Ooh. Gosh, well, he beat me up, man, so GG. This particular invasion, I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. You saw that red try to hide from me there. I'm thinking, are these guys trying to gank me? Are they friends? Is the red trying to gank me? I'm not sure. So once the red comes up, I'm thinking, okay, I'll just fight him. He goes for a double roll backstab on me, and I end up catching him in a roll backstab of my own. You know, that's like the only time. Actually, it's probably like the second or third time, to be honest, that I've thrown out that particular gesture. I realized it made me look like a huge jerk after I did it, but something about that guy, I really thought that he was trying to gank me. I thought he was trying to do some sketchy stuff to me. And then the very first thing he does when he runs up to me is he starts going for roll backstabs. And nothing wrong with roll backstabs, I just did one to him, but I guess what I'm getting at is, on this particular character, I'm so used to having to guard my back with that Black Knight Great Axe that I can just kind of sense when someone's going to do nothing but try to roll stab me all day long, and I guess I just got that impression from him. Oh, look at this sly devil trying to come up and backstab me while I'm finishing off my duel with that host. That's what you get, my friend. But we're coming down towards the home stretch here, guys, and I've invaded a host. He is starting to summon in phantoms, and I am rapidly getting in deeper and deeper trouble. I'm trying to apply as much pressure as I can to him, but I'm getting low on stamina, and I'm starting to become surrounded. I thought I could catch those two in a nice little combo, but the Sunbro comes up and knocks me off, but luckily he joins me, and you know, hey, those 3-on-1s end like that quite often when gravity is involved. I usually end up taking someone, of course, unintentionally with me. And this is the last fight, guys. It's another example of that lateral movement that I was talking about in terms of avoiding poking or vertical attacks, but he started throwing in lateral swings on me while I tried to do that sidestep. It really threw me off, but I'm out of here, guys. See you on the next one.